Beyond troop movement by Russia, cyber attacks by Putin's regime appear to be increasing. Last week, hackers defaced dozens of government websites in Ukraine and placed destructive malware inside Ukrainian government agencies, all techniques Russia has employed in the past. Now there is rising concern by the Department of Homeland Security that Russia would consider cyber attacks on the United States. Joining us now is former Assistant Secretary for Cyber at the Department of Homeland Security, Matt Hayden. He's a Senior Vice President at Exiger. Good to see you, Matt. So how significant were the cyber attacks in Ukraine?
So they are significant. The challenge we have is that Russia isn't as interested in being neat and tidy when it comes to these cyber attacks. In 2015, 2017, attacks on the Ukraine spilled over into the whole world. When we start talking about things like NotPetya, there's a $10 billion cyber attack that just escaped the box that Russia put that malware in. So we have to be on demand and on guard, because you don't know if this is an intentional attack on the United States or something that could just be a ricochet or something that goes out wide than Russian control. So it's a big deal, and they're on the right to be this concerned.
Could Russia's cyber attacks on Ukraine somewhat handicap their military response?
Well, we saw this where they go after their power and their infrastructure surrounding their military. A lot of what they're looking to is disrupt and to sow discord. So what we see Russians doing is trying to make kind of a chaos panic environment wherever they're working. So this is something that military can take advantage of. And so they're always going to be going back and forth with any military party. But when they go after critical infrastructure, that's when you know that there's a bigger challenge afoot, because they're going after things that the military doesn't control.
Is the United States next?
So we hope not. The good news is that Russians are going to do Russian things. Right now, they're going to deny and distract. And so we're looking at where Russians will be on the internet doing checking for vulnerabilities, checking to see where they have exposure and can take advantage of things. We'll tell our clients at Exiger, here are the vulnerabilities that Russia uses. We're told this by the intelligence community. These are the patches you've got to put in place and close these doors so that you don't have any interaction with this conflict as it starts to spin up. So there's potential, but if people map their vulnerabilities and take care of those and lock those doors at the same time, take care of multi-factor authentication, they should be in a better place.
Is there constant cyber warfare, cyber attacks between the United States and Russia?
There is an ongoing chess match when it comes to cyber powers. This isn't just with Russia, but Russia is a dominant player in this environment. They're going to be checking to see what is available and taking inventory of where these opportunities lie so they can use them however they see fit. And so that's why it's very important when we know, as the United States or as our partners identify something Russia uses against us, that we take care of that so that's not a problem moving forward.
All eyes on the troop buildup on the Ukrainian border, more than 100,000. But is cyber really the next battlefield?
Well, think about the expense and cost to do a cyber attack versus a troop movement. So this gives anyone the advantage that oceans and other natural barriers have given us an advantage over. Now they can be at our border in a second's notice, as opposed to anything we could see with radar or traditional telemetry. So it is a space that is going to be under attack. It is a space we are watching.
Is it typically an indication that there will be an actual invasion?
We've seen in the past, especially with Crimea, that there was an elevation in cyber activity. It's not definitive because, again, that's just what the Russians do. They want to push disinformation and they want you to look in one direction and do another. So we can't hold it that high as a definitive measure, but it is a part of their military action, and it is a tool in their toolbox they will use.
Many feel the actual transporting of blood to the front lines was the best indicator of what's to come. Senior Vice President at Exiger, former Assistant Secretary of Cyber at the Department of Homeland Security, Matt Hayden. Appreciate you joining us. Thanks.
Thank you.